is SueEllen Davis, and when my older son, Chris, was 8 years old, I got a call from school that he was acting up, which had been like the third call that year. And in the course of talking to him, found out that he had been abused for a period of 2 to 3 years by his stepmother, who had abused him emotionally, physically, and sexually. Child abuse, whatever kind it is, touches every person that that child ever has contact with for the rest of their life. It's not like a pebble in a pond, it's like a boulder in the pond. And it will create tidal waves that will wash people away. And the only thing that can calm that is the grace of God. There's walls that go up between people that people can't break down. Only God can break those down. And everyone that I meet in my life, I have a wall up. But through prayer and reading the scriptures, God gives you hope. And then that hope just explodes into joy. And even though I still sometimes find myself setting up those walls, I'm still kind of chipping away at them. Inside those walls, there is joy that just bubbles up inside. With my mom, like so many people, she just said, this is something you can't talk to anyone about. You can't tell your friends about it. You can't do anything. She was worried that when Chris got to be of dating age, that mothers wouldn't want their daughters to go out with him because he had had this experience. And I love my mom, and I didn't want to contradict her, and yet at the same time, I knew that this was something that people needed to talk about, because I knew what it was like when nobody did. And for quite a while, we just agreed to not talk about it. And finally, I just said, Mom, you can't just pretend it didn't exist. You can't pretend this didn't happen, because it did, and it's ripping us apart. It's ripping my family apart, and it's ripping you and I apart, and I need you to be my mom here. And I need you to just, tell me everything's going to be okay. My younger son, by the grace of God, he was just a kind of a strong, independent little guy, because he was very much on the side burner for years. And I said to him one day, Jeff, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that, that I really wasn't there fully for you. And it wasn't until then, and he was in high school then, high school or junior high, and he said, Mom, I never even knew what was going on. And I had been so focused on Chris that I forgot that I had a son who probably was confused and a little worried about why are Mom and Dad so flipped out about things. And so we had a very good talk. And again, I was falling all over myself, apologizing. And he just said, Mom, you did what you needed to do. And honestly, it was through him saying that I started to realize that I just had to let go of things. The first thing that I had to do was to give over my rage and my hatred of this woman. And what it looked like to me was physically, I didn't feel as if I were tied in knots anymore. I was able to take a full breath for the first time, not always feel like I was ready to run or to explode. God just finally made me realize that my hatred of her was only hurting me and my relationship with my family, because I was so focused on how much I hated her and what she had done to my son that I really couldn't give fully of myself to my family. And I still hate what she did, but I don't hate her, and any consequence for what she has done is not mine to deal with. And I actually can pray for her now that she will find peace and healing. And I know that that's in God's hands. And once I turned that over, it was like I got my family back.